A newly discovered version of Fritz Lang's film Metropolis will be released this year, giving art historians and film lovers a new look at a classic masterpiece. And the release of the film has inspired a new exhibit at the University of Arizona Museum of Art.
The idea for this exhibit came because when I first started at the museum, I noticed they had a huge collection of WPA prints from the 1920s and 30s, and a lot of them related to industry and the city, and I started to think about an exhibition, and all of a sudden it just occurred to me that it'd make a really great tie-in with Metropolis. Metropolis certainly influenced a lot of film and a lot of art after it came out. Prior to it coming out, there was some art that influenced the movie itself, as well as the architecture of New York City that Fritz Lang had seen in, I believe, 1924. The film Metropolis came out in 1927. And the interest in Art Deco architecture had just kind of exploded at an exposition in Paris in 1925. So a lot of things kind of came together to create the look of the film. And at the same time, there were some really new film processes just being invented that Fritz Lang wanted to take advantage of. Well, when we started to think about what works would be great in the exhibition that would kind of complement the film, we thought about the themes of the film. And the film has a number of themes. One of the big ones is this kind of industrial ambivalence. So we looked at art in the collection that both depicted labor struggles and depicted the Industrial Revolution as possibly being isolating and demoralizing for the worker. But then we also looked at industrial optimism because there was at the same time this tremendous feeling of progress and that the world was growing and expanding and labor-saving devices were going to make everything easier for mankind and goods would be cheaper, which of course they were. And so there was this great ambivalence throughout the 20s and 30s. And to a certain extent there still is today. One of the things that I think about with the film is that the technical revolution that we have going on today kind of mirrors the industrial revolution that was going on then. There's so many changes in society that great advances in technology bring, and you can't always predict what they're going to be. I think that today with technology, we see a lot of changes. I mean, we're even questioning whether our brains are changing because of the amount of information that we have to absorb and that gets thrown at us all the time. And so I don't think we even know what's happening, but we just know that something's happening, and it's kind of exciting, and at the same time it's kind of scary.